build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Short Bangers. I'm Matty.
Hello, I'm Colin.
Hello, I'm Andrew the Giant.
Hi, Andrew the Giant. That's subscribers will ken exactly what you're talking about. Everybody else will be like, it's Andrew, John. You got that wrong.
They'll be going, it's John the Giant. That's
Aye.
what Carol said on Saturday when she, because she's met you before, John. But she was like, "You're a fucking midget." This is what she said to me. "You're a fucking midget." That's what she said to me. And I went, "Oh, you're just fucking ridiculously tall." That was all. Aye, so John the Giant.
John the Giant. Gentle Giant. Right, straight into some questions. Ventus Plenty said, kilt walk is the topic. How does a kilt walk? That's maybe one for you to answer, Colin.
Well, the kilt doesn't walk, does it? It's the person that's wearing it that walks. Come on.
What if it was just a kilt on its own butt and it could move of its own accord? Would it sort of like float on a cushion of air?
No, the way I'm picturing that is that it's like crusty as fuck, bevy and sick and piss and shit, right? And so it's actually just like crunching forward.
Kim, I've got vision Roy of the Rovers, like when I was wee and used to get Roy of the Rovers delivered, there was a cartoon in it called Billy's Boots. And Billy, sure it was Billy's Boots. Billy had got a pair of boots that used to belong to this like England striker. And basically when he wore the boots he had all the talent of the striker that they had. Right. And I imagine something like Kenny's kilt, like in the Viz, and the kilt just being exactly as you described it, Colin, like it's fucking somebody's had it handed down to them, and when they wear it, or they just come like a pished up fucking Scotsman kicking about the fucking place.
Pair of Timbies.
Aye, pair of Timbies, loads of fucking crust things like they try to do do you know when Marilyn Monroe stands in the air vent thing and she's fucking pushing her skirt down, but it just stays exactly fucking solid, no matter how much it's
No flex,
Right, let's get some questions. Another one. Right, Tom Wallace, football films or films is the topic, and the question is, what's the worst sports film ever made?
Oh, have you seen the McCoist one? Years ago.
No.
Is it A Shot of Glory? Is that what that one's called?
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure that's the name of it. Actually, it's very similar to that. If that's not the exact name, but aye, he was playing for.
Was it?
Oh, it was made up team.
Kilnockie or Kilbucky?
Aye, it was like a mixture of Kilmarnock and something else. Aye, because I played at Kilmarnock at the time when they made it. I'm not sure. I watched that once. It was on like ITV4 or something, and I watched it a good few years ago now. And it's just pish, pish. But I'm trying. There is one I've seen I remember. I can't remember if it was football or no. But some of the actual the sports scenes in it are just so shit. The action scenes are so shit. That's what makes it shit more than anything. I mean, the Shot of Glory was shite. Like, but it was the Val and that were involved in it. It was like a Roy of the Rovers thing. It was like fucking Alan McCoist's life.
Yeah,
played for a team that he didn't ken. Couldn't score goals in the cup finals and all that.
There's a film, a sports probably taking it. It's a bit of an extreme. Blackball. It's got Johnny Vegas in it. It's with bowling.
Is it Johnny Vegas or what's the boy? Paul.
Oh, the boy was Dennis Pennis.
Yes. Oh. Was he the guy that did the bowling? It wasn't Johnny Vegas that was the bowler.
Is Johnny Vegas not in it though?
It may be, but I'm thinking like the sort of central character was that Dennis Pennis dude.
I'm gonna look it up. It's fucking shite. Like not just one of the worst sports films. It's Paul Kay.
It's funny how everybody knows him as Dennis Pennis, though. He was famous for like the 5-minute clips on whatever. What was the show he used to be on? I can't remember what it was, but it was just him going and taking a piss at folk in interviews. Aye.
Johnny Vegas was in it. Vince Vaughn's in it. It's fucking pish. Like, I watched it. It was on late at night, like a film 4 or something like that, and I was like, "Oh, but that Paul Kay's in it, and Johnny Vegas like him. I'll watch it." And I remember needing the toilet be fucking halfway through, and no going to the toilet because I was like, I watched the film, and then the film ended. I was like, I wish I'd just gone for a piss because the film was fucking awful. It annoyed me that I had watched more of it than I absolutely had to. Fucking terrible film. Like 0
Is bowls-
stars. Don't recommend.
Is bowls a sport? What would you say?
Aye.
Both.
It's like it's loosely a sport, isn't it? It's like darts and snooker. They're classed as sports. And
Aye,
it's a
but
skill.
should
It's a
they be?
game of skill. Darts and snooker shouldn't they? No, I mean they're games. Bowls probably game as well. It's a game of skill and eye-hand coordination and that.
Aye.
But even golf, you could argue, isn't a sport.
We could really
It's the
piss
game.
off a few listeners while we just keep going
Aye.
down this road.
Yeah.
Well, you were trying to
Things
go to
that
the
they like.
controversial rail. That's why I just
Aye.
picked up on it. But as long as you can walk, golf's fine. That's not sport to me. You've got to be at least be into a fucking jog.
I saw a boy, quite a few guys actually, when I was a member of the golf club a couple of years ago, that would go out play golf on mobility scooters.
Oh, I was going to say you don't even need that anymore. You just fucking
Yeah.
get the wee buggy.
Just fucking-
So it's not even.
Up you go.
Anybody can play it.
John, have you seen any bad sports films?
What was it? What was the film about the guy who, like the Mexican striker, came over, ended up playing for Newcastle?
Oh,
Was
Was
it
that
was it
called
Goal?
Goal?
Was it just Goal?
Aye.
That's
I've never seen
torture.
that.
There was one bit in particular where he couldn't even go. I don't know whether this was deliberate, but it was towards the end of the film, and I forget, was it Santiago Nunez? Santiago Nunez? He scores a goal or something, like he finally gets a game, but it's after his dad's died, and he thinks that him and his dad have fallen out, and he scored a goal against Fulham. And he describes it as Fulham when he's on the phone. Did they see me play
Aye.
against Fulham? Like, oh, fuck me, I can't deal with it. Just bad.
Did either use what's Dream Team back in the day?
Yes.
Aye.
I used to like it, so I'm not. And I know it's not a film either, so I've kind of fucked the whole topic saying it's half decent, but it's actually a lot of shite, really. But it was like a soap opera with some football mixed in.
It was probably the precursor to Footballers' Wives, when you think about it, just like in terms of the sort of stuff that was going on.
Times. Aye. Well, who would it be on? The sort of early 2000s, it would probably be on the telly.
They used real footage as well, didn't they? Like it was Premiership
Aye.
games, or occasionally a Scottish game
That's
would get
right, aye.
chucked in as
St
well.
Johnstone. Aye, I think they used St Johnstone games because it was like easy to put because it was a purple
Aye.
strip, so that it was like a blue. You had to be a blue or a red. I think was easiest to mix the colour over. So Liverpool would get used in that for the bigger games, and St Johnstone for the smaller ones in that.
Harchester. That was. Say Harchester.
Yeah, Harchester United. Aye. Every year, there would be like fucking a bus crash or a plane crash or something.
Aye.
It would just wipe out half the cast. It'd be a whole new cast next year.
All
In the fucking FA Cup final, they were going to shoot the star striker. The chairman was going to shoot the star striker because he was shagging his wife or something. What the fuck am I watching this for?
Fucking so true to life. Haley asked if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around, does it turn into a Lee Johnson quote?
Who's Lee Johnson?
He's quickly forgotten, I guaranteed he'll have used that at some point, like a tree falling. He'll get it slightly wrong as well. John, were you going to say something there?
I was thinking about it.
I was listening to you this morning talking about kids, some of the stuff he used to say, and mind he pulled that the one that really got me when you said about the 8448 or 4884, what the fuck it was, the number thing.
Yeah.
Oh, mind that. We should have kept coming back to that. Like we should have totally kept coming back to that, saying, "So what's that? Let's fucking break the squad down and see what he's done. He's had fucking 3 windows. Has he done it yet?" It's just like a bullshit comment at the start that, like, just fucking. I'll say it now. That'll keep the cunts happy.
Well,
I'm never ever going to reference it ever again.
See, I was thinking about this the other day, right? And I know, well, after we spoke about it, and I was like, were we unfair? Because definitely for the 4 older ones, Hanlon, Stevenson, Lafondre, Marshall would be your 4 seniors. Last season, you would have swapped out and had McGeady as your 4 at that end. I don't know who the 4 young ones are, though. That's where it was lacking. And you probably have the 8 and the 8, but I was like, I wonder if he got closer to it than we gave him credit for.
Aye, but it's probably because it's one of the things that's a throwaway that he never followed up on to be consistent with his messaging. Kim, we spoke about football. Aye, like you need to say something and then follow it through and keep coming back to it and referencing it. Eh? You didn't just fucking go, there you go, fuck off. See yes, play young players, played them once, fuck off. See it on loan.
How likely is it, knowing like things that we've forgotten about that Lee Johnson did or said? Remember, he got, was it the SAS or was it a snipering, like for like players to perform under pressure? How likely do you think it is that as part of like a motivational tool or a team bonding exercise, they'll have the Fleetwood team going out chopping down trees?
I
Like
don't know, but
axes
see
and chainsaws and that.
Aye.
when you say that perform under pressure, I think of that Beardsley joke go for Atletico Mints. When they say that's the perform under pressure, like, no, I can't, but I can. I do a brilliant Bohemian Rhapsody.
Neil Renton said, in memory of Gordon Smart claiming to be a Hibs fan but golfing in a maroon polo t-shirt, what's been your biggest fashion faux pas? Neil said he once bought a pair of orange trainer shoes that looked like clogs.
What do you think of the maroon thing though? Like, I can't. I actually sometimes, right, like I sometimes look at stuff and go, that looks all right, and then you go, it's fucking maroon, man. It's burgundy. I can't even that.
My
So I think Mike
sister-in-law
Gordon would have done it.
sister-in-law bought me a maroon cardigan on Christmas, and I wore it once just to feel like I wasn't being totally ungrateful. But that
straight in the bag for the skip.
Never saw the light of day again. I didn't have any maroon clothes. It's a totally petty thing.
It's no funny, but I was just thinking recently, like I've definitely worn like a hoodie, for example, that wasn't in maroon, but it was certainly in a colour approaching it, and it never occurred to me because it was not anything like I would consider maroon until I wore it to a mate's house, and he went, "That's a bit fucking maroon, isn't it?" And I never wore it again. But I was remembering recently that there was a boy in a group chat that we're all part of who was looking at buying a motor, and it was a very, very close shade on maroon, and we managed. And this is the thing about guys, I think, that we can be real dicks. Like, he obviously really liked the motor, and I'd say like 75% of us all went, it's a bit fucking maroon, mate. Can't buy that.
Actually, so bought it away.
Did he buy it or did he take it back?
I've got it, yeah.
Oh, I thought that you hadn't got it. I thought
there's almost like,
pressured him out.
Why are you asking? You don't want to know the answer. Like, because it was made 75%. I don't recall.
No, I don't get it. I don't think anybody went, nah, you get away with that. With maroon. In terms of fashion faux pas, if you take it away from maroon, I remember once
tell me a good story about the police sunglasses and that. That was good.
Oh no, the diesel sunglasses. I think I've told that on.
Oh, diesel, sorry.
So I'll not go into that.
And you've done the Jarvis Cocker dressing thing as well. You've done that a few times.
So I had I sometimes get shin splints, right? And the best trainers for me when I get shin splints are if I wear a pair of Nike Air. Right, Nike Air trainers are the comfiest ones for me for that. So I'd ordered a pair of Nike Air Max, right? Just online, went on green and white, so that fucking quality. Get them. They came through the luminous yellow, right? Fucking like highlighter pen yellow. It's like, fuck's sake. Couldn't bear sending them back. I'll just fucking wear them. Fine, right? It's got a bit of the piss taken it is for them. Fair dues. So then next time I thought, well, I'm ordering, I'm not going to risk it again. Ordered a white pair. And they came and they were fucking glow in the dark. Like, I remember opening the box and the wee tag fell out. It's fucking glow in the dark. I mean, how the fuck's it possible to accidentally buy a pair of fucking glow in the dark trainers? Who's even fucking making glow in the dark trainers to make it possible that you can buy them by accident?
I suppose they're for runners, are they? So they're like, if you're running, like
maybe, but you would just fucking put one of these wee torches on your head. Like, you see, if you're driving, you wouldn't be looking. I wouldn't have seen them if it wasn't for their feet.
No, but
what if it just looked like a pair of shoes in the dark, like just like self-running shoes?
So that was probably the worst one of the stories that I've not told before. Was accidentally buying the glow in the dark. They were quite smart. If they never glowed in the dark, you would have looked at them and went, "Oh, they're quite smart." Then
I really like that you buy trainers like some folk buy paracetamol. Like, oh, I've got sore shins, so I'm going to get myself a pair of Nike Air Max. Nike Air Max medicinal.
Aye, well, they have to be functional as well as what's the other one? Form and function. So if they've got form, got function. They're nice trainers anyway. But by the way, talking about old men shouting at clouds, last week when it was dead sunny, took my daughter through to Edinburgh. She was doing her theory test through on George Street, right? So I went through her and her boyfriend, drove them through, and then while she was in there, me and Aaron, who's our boyfriend, just had a wander around the shops in the city centre, and we went into JD Sports and we're looking at the trainers. There was a pair of Nike in there. They were like 260 quid or something like that, 230 quid. The fuck's like I've spent daft money on clothes before, but fucking come on. Surely that's like ripping the piss now.
Agreed.
There's some young'un out there that's got an introductory credit card and went, fucking yes, I'm getting new shoes a day.
I don't know how they afford that though, even though they stupid fucking the hoodies and that you get with the glasses in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like them, and there must be a good knockoff shop somewhere that's or the buying to order, the shoplifters or something, because there's no way you could afford these kind of things. They're fucking extortionate, the prices.
That's what I thought. I was like, that's asking to get chored. Like you're as well just fucking knocking 100 quid off it, so that folk go, oh, all right, it's expensive, but I'll get it.
By the way, exactly. But you know, like I was listening to something on what was I listening to? James O'Brien, I think I was listening to on the car the other day, right? So we were away and we had it in the car, put it for half an hour, and they were talking about shops, and they were talking about the amount of money. He was talking about shrinkage. It used to be called shrinkage, the amount of money you would lose in a shop and all that. And they were talking, folk are stealing now because they can't afford it and blah blah blah, how cost of living and all that. Right? I mean, there's probably some element of that, right? Also, though, shops have gone self-serve. Mm-hmm. It's easy to fucking steal with self-serve as it is if you've got to go through and hand it to a human to scan it. So by then, if they factored that into their shrinkage, they're saying, well, we've binned all the staff because we didn't want them running tills. We'll just let these daft cunts do it themselves. But these daft cunts are going, one for me, one for you. Like the boys at the Forth Road Bridge used to do when they used to take the toll fees. And it's like, what are they expecting? Like, they're saying, pay for it yourself. You're going, nah, we'll just pay for some of it. That's why you're fucking bringing in less. It's not just that folk can't afford that. Yeah. As well as them putting their fucking prices up and then never bringing the cunts back down again.
Aye. Right, we're running out of time, so let's just get a couple of quick ones in. Curving this, but how often do you think of the Roman Empire?
I never think of the Roman Empire. Do you, John?
No. There was a wee fight. I don't know. This was in response to another question, and I was inspired by something that I'd seen on TikTok recently, where it's apparently, I don't know whether it's a joke or a meme or whatever it is, or if it's like a geographical thing, but the whole thing on TikTok was this woman who had heard about this question, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? And she goes through, and apparently the answer is at least once a week. And she goes through and she asks her husband like at least once a week. And I thought, I'll ask the shop buyers because they'll have some sort of an answer. Maybe they will know. Maybe they do think about it. I haven't thought about it at all since I went to Pompeii during my honeymoon, and they said, "Oh, the fall of the Roman Empire might have been because of lead in pots that they stored the wine in." Like, aye, brilliant, fine. That's my snippet. That's the only time I have ever thought about the Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire, they're the guys that built the cobbly roads and that, eh?
Aye.
I sometimes think of them when I'm driving into Portobello. Can you go under the bridge and you've got the cobbles? That's about it. I go, aye, these cunts built it and they've never fucking replaced it.
Imagine if they came out with the concrete. Just a tarmac. They would have probably would still be here today.
Why did they use temporary lights when they were building their roads?
I think they had a wee guy up with like a wee wooden sign.
You'll have seen this coming up the M6 this week. You come up the M6, I take it.
Aye.
You're coming up, and they've got the roads like down to one lane and 2 lanes and all that in places, and you think, it's not going here doing anything.
Aye, for miles, eh?
Why have they shut this road off? They put Ghost
You-
in and then fucked off.
I don't know if it was the M6 when we were coming back for Birmingham, but I was chuckling away to myself because I saw a sign up that said "sign not in use." I'm like, well, what's the point of putting a sign up then?
Brilliant.
Just take it away together, eh?
Right. Vintage Plenty, what did Amber hear?
I don't know. They spilled all on Courtney.
Yeah. I don't care what she heard.
I've
Right.
never paid any attention to
Nah.
that case.
I
Right,
did watch a lot of it
Did you?
because it was. I found. Do you know? I was going to say that I found it really, really interesting. I didn't find it really interesting. I just found it a bit sort of like scandalous and airing the dirty laundry in public. It was Daily Mail sidebar of shame, and I didn't mind having a wee look at that. Like obviously, like it was just two folk airing their dirty laundry in public. It was a wee bit of drama that I'd normally just didn't get involved in. And I went, okay. She sounded like, for the evidence that was put forward anyway, she seemed like an absolute riot. But what I didn't understand about the whole court case was how they can pick and choose the evidence that they present in court. Like, when is evidence not evidence? Can any lawyers explain that to me?
If you could text into 80295, it would be great.
right,
Especially American specialists in American law as well.
Aye.
That'd be better.
All right, that'd be helpful.
we are out of time. Right, last one, right? Jock 1875 asked if quizzes are quizzical. What are tests?
Are quizzes quizzical?
Well, we're saying if that's the condition.
Oh,
That's
if
the
they are.
premise. That's the premise of the question, isn't it? Is
Oh, because he's wanting us to say testicles.
Yes.
That's yeah.
it's his only reason. The only reason I read that one out is because I wanted us to say testicles as well. Right, we didn't get to the questions about spiders. We didn't get to the questions about aliens or about lorries and trucks. We didn't get to the questions about spiders wanking, about King Charles, about booing, and or about McDonald's fries. So we'll tackle them next time. Thanks for sending them in. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink water